This is my web quest, and it's called The Road to the Revolution. So basically it's going to be talking about the events that led up to the American Revolution. So here's just the introduction page, and I'm just asking like the students to imagine, you know, you're a colonist at this time. You know, there's a Boston Tea Party that's going on, there's a Boston Massacre and stuff like that. And, you know, imagine if you were a newscaster at this time, you know, how would you want to report the news? So that's basically what the main idea of my web quest is. Okay, and then here's the task. So here's like the task that they're gonna do. Like we've studied about the conflicts that broke out in the 1700s. So the students already know at that time that the French-American Indian War just ended. So how are they going to pay it for it? So England, you know, taxed the colonies and stuff like that. And a lot of the times the people were just very against it. But then at the same time, England also made laws in order to basically to stop like all the rebellion. But unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, like we didn't stop fighting. So here's just like an idea of what they're going to do. So not only are they going to make a news broadcast, but also at the very end right here, it says, by the end of the project, after watching all the breaking news, you will then write a letter to the Sons of Liberty about what you saw and what you think needs to be done to England and the colonies based on the perspective of a colonist at that time. So I incorporated like an individual work. So after they watch like all the after they have done their research on their breaking news, they're going to write a letter to the Sons of Liberty, basically explaining like, you know, I'm a colonist, I'm either a patriot or a loyalist, and this is how I feel. These are the events that are happening this time, and so on. So there's two processes. So this is the first process, which is basically how they're going to create the breaking news. So here are the roles that I have. So you have an anchor, and then you also have 4 reporters. And so there's each role has like a specific duty to, as far as researching goes. The anchor is going to be the team leader. So the anchor has to just make sure that everyone is on top of their research, is going on to Google Docs to comment on each other's work, and just organizing everything like that. And then here's the research on the right. And then there's also a subpage on this where it has like the links. So we're going to go to there. And so here are the links for my students to use. So for my students, I added 3 videos of how my student, you know, how they can create a Google document, which is right there, a Google presentation, and at the very end, how to use Snagit for video screencasting. If my students know of a different program to screencast, and that's totally fine, but I just use Snagit since I use Snagit often than the others. And so you can see like here there's like details about each role. So there's the anchor, and then for the reporters, I also, so these are basically what they should research on, and I also incorporated a link that they can go to, but they are also encouraged to use the class notes that they have to complete the assignment. And then this is process 2. So this is process 2, which is the letter to the Sons of Liberty. So it just basically just gives a brief overview of what they're gonna be writing about. And they're either going to be a patriot or a loyalist, and they're just going to support. So they have to, the main idea is like, you know, dear Sons of Liberty, I am a loyalist. I feel that this and this and this, and that, you know, this should be done to the colonies. And they can't just like write a letter. They have to use the information that they researched in their web quest, as well as the information that they got from the class notes, you know, like, you know, why are you a loyalist? Like, why do you side with England? And then they have to have information to back that up. And then this is the evaluation. so which is right here. So they're going to be graded based on their teamwork, collaboration, the video, the research that they did, the quality of the video, and then also the individual letters that they each did. And then this is the conclusion page. So basically like what they got out of it. And this is also my teachers page. So there's the grade level. So this one is based, I base it off of 5th grade. And the length of the web quest is 1 week. I don't think it should take that long, because during this week, that you're going to be, that the students will be doing the web quest, you would actually be using the class time to do it. So the web quest is just like a basic, kind of like a summative assessment, just, you know, a summary of like all the information that they got, and then just having the students like apply that knowledge and just present it. That way you know what the students learned and stuff like that. There's my participation, the resources that they need, and then also the California State standards for 5th grade. And that's it. So that is my web quest, The Road to the Revolution.